The launch of the Nintendo Switch 2 is only a few days away, and Zelda fans should be very excited. Multiple Zelda games are getting upgrades for the Switch 2, plus we're getting Wind Waker on the console for the very first time, and we've got the potential for all of the unannounced Zelda games to come. Well, today I want to get the hype train rolling and look forward to the Legend of Zelda on Nintendo Switch 2. Well, if you enjoyed the video, then hit that subscribe button down below for even more Zelda content. And stick around to the end of the video for an exclusive offer to channel members. Well, a new Nintendo console doesn't come around very often, and we are in the final stretch. There's a lot to look forward to for Zelda fans, so let's dive into the topics. Well, first of all, we've got free upgrades, so much has been said about Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild, but much less has been said about a couple of other Nintendo Switch games getting free updates for the Switch 2. So 12 Switch games are getting free updates, and 2 of them are Zelda games with Echoes of Wisdom and Link's Awakening. Now, both games are getting optimised visuals and HDR support. Both games chugged at times on the Nintendo Switch, and while they do actually both target 60 FPS, they didn't consistently hit that rate. With the Switch 2, we're very likely to see much more stable performance, especially in those grassy areas. So optimised visuals and HDR support are going to look great, so if you haven't played Echoes of Wisdom or Link's Awakening, or you've been waiting to get back to them, then playing them on the Switch 2 is going to be the perfect time. Well, next up we've got these Switch 2 editions, so both Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom are getting a more substantial upgrade. That means improved performance in higher resolution. We've got HDR support, plus also integration with Zelda Notes, the new feature for the Nintendo mobile app, which comes with a ton of brand new features. So both Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom struggled with performance on Nintendo Switch, and both are now going to run at 1440p and 60 FPS, and that's going to dramatically improve the player experience with the games. Zelda Notes is going to offer companion features like auto build sharing, navigation, voice memories, item sharing, photo studio, and a whole load more too. I really think auto build sharing is going to bring a lot of players back to Tears of the Kingdom. There was a huge barrier to Ultra Hand, and sharing creations easily on social media I think is going to lead to an explosion of creativity and a reinvigoration among Tears of the Kingdom fans. Plus also, it's going to give haters something else to complain about. Well, I'm also looking forward to the voice memories. Hopefully we're going to get some new lore in there, as this is going to work with both Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. And navigation is going to be a handy tool for all of those completionists. Personally, I'm planning on going back to Breath of the Wild first. I have played it a few times, but I really want to see it in all of its glory on the Nintendo Switch 2, plus also play around with Zelda Notes, so expect more Breath of the Wild content here on the channel very soon. So if you want to get the upgraded Switch 2 editions, then you can purchase them individually, or if you've got Nintendo Switch Online plus the expansion pack, then you're going to get them for no additional charge. We're also going to get a bunch of new amiibo figures related to Tears of the Kingdom, and they are modelled around the sages. Well, next up, I am very excited for this one, and this is Wind Waker. So we finally get Wind Waker on the Nintendo Switch via the GameCube Nintendo Classics for Nintendo Switch Online. Fans have been asking for Wind Waker for a very long time, and I think we all expected Wind Waker HD from the Wii U, but to be honest, I am not complaining. I am looking forward to playing the original. I think it actually looks better than Wind Waker HD, but I do appreciate that is down to personal preference. Wind Waker is one of the first games to appear on the GameCube Nintendo Classics Collection, and hopefully that means more Zelda coming later, and perhaps we're going to get Twilight Princess added in the future. And it is worth noting that the GameCube games are exclusive to Nintendo Switch 2, plus Nintendo are selling a GameCube controller for that authentic GameCube experience. Well, next up we got Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment. So I am not a massive fan of the Hyrule Warriors games, but I know many people out there in the Zelda community are big fans, so this is definitely worth noting down. Age of Imprisonment is scheduled for release later in 2025, plus this time the Zelda team have confirmed the game to be canon, something that they definitely skirted around previously. So we're going to take control of Zelda and other party members in the imprisoning war, so I would expect new lore from the game, which is going to be an interesting discussion amongst Zelda fans. So we don't have the exact release date just yet, but this one is coming to Nintendo Switch 2 later on this winter. Next up we've got Nintendo Switch Online, so this isn't confirmed, purely my own speculation, but I would imagine we're going to get Nintendo DS games added to Nintendo Switch Online in the not too distant future. It's just the natural progression of the online service and hopefully will allow Nintendo to have all of their legacy consoles and games in a single online library. This is most likely a few years away, but that could mean A Link Between Worlds, Spirit Tracks and Phantom Hourglass. So if we get Twilight Princess on the GameCube Nintendo Classics and they do decide to add the DS games also to Nintendo Classics, then the Switch 2 is basically going to be the ultimate Zelda machine, giving you the ability to play every mainline Zelda game on a single console. Yes, it may be a pipe dream, but you've got to imagine that is what Nintendo are shooting for. Well, next up we've got Remake, so the next brand new Zelda game for the Switch 2 is likely some years away yet, therefore I would imagine a remake or a remaster is going to be coming our way to fill in the gaps, to cater for the Zelda community's insatiable hunger. Now I think there's a few good candidates here: Zelda 1, Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link, Ocarina of Time, and A Link Between Worlds are all at the top of my wish list. So it's the Legend of Zelda's 40th anniversary next year, so there is a chance the Zelda team may want to celebrate that, but there is also a chance they don't do anything, well, because it's Nintendo. Personally, I would love to see a Zelda 2 remake. Well, finally we've got the prospect of a brand new Zelda game, so this is the big one, and the thing that I'm most excited about for the Nintendo Switch 2. Right now, the Zelda team are working on the next Zelda game on the Switch 2 hardware. Yes, it's most likely a few years away, but I am super excited to see what the Zelda team come up with. Both Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom are fantastic on their Switch 2 editions, and they're likely going to find a new audience, albeit I would imagine not huge. The next Zelda game is likely to move away from the Wild era style. That means a new Hyrule, a new Link, new adventures on a platform that's more powerful, plus has a bunch of new features the Zelda team could tap into. You know, we're seeing some form of social features with item and auto build sharing via Zelda Notes, but I would fully expect the Zelda team to roll in those features into the new mainline Zelda game, especially with the increased emphasis with online play through features like game chat. So mainline Zelda games take about 5 to 6 years to develop, so it's probably going to be 2028 or 2029 before we get this brand new Zelda game. But with the release of the new platform, well, the countdown can begin. Well, let me know in the comments what you think. Are you excited for Zelda on the Switch 2? I can't wait until next Thursday. I'm going to be diving into Breath of the Wild and Wind Waker. And today, Nintendo confirmed my payment for the pre-order, so I'm very, very excited and I can't wait. So if you've got one on pre-order, I really hope you enjoy launch day. There is nothing better than a Nintendo console launching. And if you can, I would go out there to a midnight launch. They are a whole load of fun. Well, that is it for this video today. Looking at Zelda fans should be really excited about the Nintendo Switch 2. And as always, thank you so much for watching or for listening. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below for even more Zelda content here on Triforce Times. Thanks again, enjoy the launch of the Switch 2. I'll see you very soon. Well, this video is brought to you by Triforce Times Backstage. This is available through Patron or YouTube membership, and you're going to get exclusive benefits, plus you'll be able to go above and beyond to support Triforce Times. Free content is core to Triforce Times, and you can continue to enjoy these videos that you know and love. However, if you want to enjoy the benefits like early access, our community Discord, shoutouts in the credits of videos, content polls and exclusive videos, then select the tier that is right for you and join Triforce Times Backstage today. So help me make Triforce Times be even bigger and better, plus you're going to get some added benefits for a small fee every month. Well, thank you for listening, and now it's time to go back to the video.